To be continued. Legal aspects of internet use. Other employees need to be aware that once a message is sent, the nature of system involved means that is a virtually impossible to remove the recording of the email. Even where the sender and the receiver both delete it completely, it will never nevertheless continue to exist both in the senders and the receiver system and will be subject to automatic system saves that occurs regularly. Legally, email is discoverable document. That is, it may be demanded to be disclosed during the legal proceedings. The Regulation of Investigatory Power Act 2000 make it illegally to intercept an employee's telephone conversation or email message without obtaining the permission of both the sender and recipients. The Telecommunications Lawful Business Practice Interruptions of the Communication Regulation Act 2000, where, however, introduced to allow the employee to monitor, intercept, and record employees' transmission, that is, typically email and telephone calls, for the certain dependent purpose without the specific consent of either the sender or recipient. If employers intend to use these powers, they must, however, make every effort to inform anyone who may use the system, not just employee, that communication may be intercepted. Monitoring the email and internet use may only be undertaken for specific purpose, which include the prevention of crime, the monitoring of the quality standards, the detection of the breaches of the organization internet policy, and the need to check whether incoming communication are relevant to the business or not. In contrast to this measure allowing monitoring the email and internet use, the Human Rights Act 1998, including a right to privacy both at the home and at workplace. Employer need to understand that interceptions of employees' email will breach this right and that there must be therefore be proper justification for doing so. The Act allows for an individual privacy to be breached for the list of defined reasons, which include public safety, the prevention of crime, the protection of health, and the protection of the rights and freedom of the others. Others in this context would be including the employer as well as an individual's colleagues. Especially, the employers need to monitor must be proportionate in relation to the employer's need. The Data Protection Act of 2018 also limit the extent to which personal data that can be proceed are kept. Whenever an employer keeps a records of information that result from email or internet monitoring, that record may constitute personal data about the individual and will therefore subject to the restriction of the Act. Copyrights. The copyrights status of much of the data to be found on the internet unclear. Copyright law apply to wide range of items. It includes software, although for the items such as source code, the situation is far from straightforward. Managers need to be aware that organizations are liable to prosecution under the Copyrights, Designs and Patents Act 1998, with directors facing unlimited fines and possible jail sentence for breach copyrights, even if the are personal unaware of the illegal copy. Business information. The Companies Act of 1989 require all the business correspondents to carry full details of the business, that is, including the company name and register office. Where email is used in the place of printed letter for formula business dealing, it is recommended that such details are included in the message wherever practicable. Contact law. It is possible to make a legal binding contact by email in the same way as it is a writing or oral. Managers should be make employees aware that they can in advertisement create a contact with each their employee compile. It is similarly possible for manager to vary the terms of employees existing contract by email unless the contract is drafting in such a way as to prevent these, such as variations whether international or not, may lead to tribunal claims against the employer. Viruses and other misuse. The deliberate producing or spreading of virus is subject to prosecution under the Computer Misuse Act 1919. This act also prohibits the other undesirable internet related activity such as hacking. Today so many people are hacking their email ID or government website and asking for money. So this is hacking of the system. Employer liability. Employers are the responsible for their employees' activities when using the internet, and this including all undesirable and illegal activities, even if the manager is personally unaware of them. In order to reduce the liability of the employer, should be have a clear internet policy. Be able to provide evidence that this policy is made known to internet user within the organization and is enforced. Providing technological assistance to support the policy. Check and safeguard the content of the organization's internet and website. Include the appropriate disclaimers and confidentiality statement on outgoing email. Monitoring internet use. So depending on the organization culture and the nature of its business, it may choose to implement monitoring the internet use. The reason for introducing this usually to safeguard the productivity, to control abuse of the network bandwidth and maintain securities. If monitoring is used, the organization internet policy should be state that internet use may be monitoring or subject to interruption of email. Some organizations usually use highly sophisticated global monitoring as routine procedure, whereas other will only initiate monitoring of the specific computers to provide evidence of misuse when informal methods have been unsuccessful. Monitoring the system can be produce reports or alert that flag up a varieties of activities, such as repeatedly accessing the same site or exceptionally log session at the particular site. If monitoring the procedure too much data, it will be very time consuming for the manager to review it. Before going to assess the internet and email, before introducing monitoring program, an organization must be clear about what is hoping to achieve. Identify any likely advise impact on employee of the proposed monitoring, considering whether there are better alternative to monitoring or different way in which might be carried out, and decide whether or not proposed monitoring is justified in all the circumstances. Access to internet and email. Who is entitled to access the web and how to get access? Who is entitled to use the email and how to get access? And rule for choosing and changing password. Warning and disclosing password. Restriction on use of internet and email. Restriction typically over private use but also for certain type of business communication. Where use is restricted, statement of exception, example out of normal working hours or for emergencies only or within reasonable limits. So guidelines for using email. Avoiding overload, preventing virus attack, rules on disclosing email addresses, instruction on good housekeeping, guidelines on appropriate and inappropriate content, monitoring the internet use, notification that website access may be monitored, notification that email may be monitored, intercepted and read. Guidelines for web use. So prohibition on access to certain website. Limitation on browsing the web of non-business purpose. Limitation on expensive browsing for business purpose. Rules and restriction regarding post on social media website. Rules for adding information to the organizational website. Guidelines for responding the website inquiries. Downloading from the internet. Prohibition on downloading the offensive materials. Precaution when downloading materials for use. Information on the implication of the copyright law. Guidelines on the use of unchecked information. Instruction on storing downloaded data. Network security. Wording use the disclaimer and confidentiality statement. Document which require disclaimers. Disciplinary procedure. Details of the penalties for breaching of this policy. Internal communication and the internet. So what are the internal communication and internet? So there are so many intercommunication internets data. So the internet is valuable tools for communicating an organization wide basis or to a particular department, location or group of employees. Subject suitable for electronic communications or policy and procedures. Local operating instructions, technical information, security notice, information on the introducing of a new schemes, example share save scheme, departmental organization, introduction to new personnel, change to the network environment, company performance and prospect. networks. The methods of using internet for the internal communication includes some of their intranet system, website, individual emails, email bulletin and e-zines. Use of email. What are the uses of emails? There are so many uses of emails. Most people find email to be beneficial. Why? To communicate with the individual or small group of friends or colleagues. It enables users to easily send and receive documents, images, links and other files. Furthermore, it provides user with the flexibility of communicating with others on their own schedules. Types of B2B emails. The business to business B2B email marketing is used by business that are trying to facilitate the exchange of information, products or service between the organization and other. It are the four types: welcome emails, promotional emails, lead nurturing emails, newsletter emails, onboarding emails. These are the major B2B emails. So, what are the advantages of email? So, free delivery, global delivery, instant delivery, file attachment, cost effective, long term storage. CC and BCC in email. So, what is CC and BCC in email? So, the CC in the field email stand for carbon copy. So, you can stand for carbon copy. So, BCC means, while the BCC is in the field of blind carbon copy. If these terms do not make any sense with respect of email, do not worry. In this article, we will explain context why you need CC and BC email when use this field. So, you can give the CC to more than people, BC to more than people. The CC field in the email allow the sender to send a carbon copy of the email to someone apart from the recipient in the to field of the email. BCC is used to send a carbon copy of the email to someone. However, unlike CC, there is a major difference in the way of BCC work. So, BCC is used to send carbon copy to the email to someone. However, so these are the CC and BCC of the email. Okay, thank you students.